What's going on YouTube? This is your boy Tatted coming at you again with another video. I recently picked up another Wii console, so we're going to test it out. We're going to make sure that everything works on it correctly before I package it up and ship it out. And if it doesn't, well, then we'll take it apart and see if we can't fix it. Alright, you ready? Let's go! Alright, so I've gone ahead and taken my own Wii off of my stand here, and using my Wii cables, I went ahead and plugged in the Wii that I picked up. Now it did come with cables, it came with everything needed, but I just didn't feel like unwrapping everything, so I just hooked it up to my own cables. And first things first, we're going to go ahead and power it on. Alright. And we've got the warning health screen, and I need to sync the controller. So I've got the controller here, and well, it looks like it's already synced. Alright, there we go. It's powering on, but we need to make sure that it fully functions. Alright, so I've got a disc here. We got Trauma Center Second Opinion. We're going to go ahead and slide that in. And let's see if it pops up. Now I know this disc works because I've used it on my Wii. And an error has occurred. Press the eject button and remove the disc. Then turn the Wii console off and refer to the Wii operations manual for help troubleshooting. Now, typically when this screen pops up, there is usually 95% of the time something wrong with the laser inside. So we may have to open it up and take a look. Alright, so we'll go ahead and eject the disc. Turn the power off, and let's come over here and grab another game. Let's see, I know that Silent Hill works for sure. Just in case. Alright, we'll power it on. Where's the remote? There we go. Alright. So we'll go ahead and slide Silent Hill in. And see if we get the same exact screen. Now if you listen, that's usually a laser issue. You start hearing that clicking. Yep. An error has occurred. So, doesn't look like this Wii is going to read discs. So we may need to go ahead and just take it apart, see if we can't. Maybe it might just be that the laser needs cleaning, or it might be that the laser needs replacing. If the laser needs replacing, those are pretty inexpensive on eBay. You can get a new laser for about $5. So we'll go ahead and take the disc out. We know that it's not a drive issue because it'll accept the disc and it'll eject the disc. So we don't need to replace the entire drive. More than likely just the laser. Alright, so I am going to disconnect the cables and we'll take this into the kitchen and I'll show you how to take this Wii apart. Alright, here we go. Okay, in order to take your Wii apart, there's going to be a few tools that you're going to need. You're going to need a tri-wing screwdriver, which I have here, the red handle. You're going to need a Phillips head, preferably magnetic, which this is. And you're going to need a flathead screwdriver. Alright, so first things first. You're going to go ahead and remove these flaps. Alright, and then right here you've got a Phillips here, a Phillips head here, and a Phillips head here. You're going to remove all three of those, and we're going to remove this black casing right here. Alright, so I'm going to be using time jump so that this video doesn't take over an hour for y'all to sit here and watch me take all these screws out. Alright, so this screw, and that screw, and then we're going to take this faceplate off. Okay, so I have removed the screws, and now we are going to remove this faceplate. So we're just going to grab it, and it pops right off. Alright, underneath the faceplate, we have got 2 tri-wing screws, and 2 Phillips head screws. So we're going to remove all 4 of those, and then we'll go to the next step. Alright, so I've got all 4 of those removed. As you can see here, we removed those 2, we removed that one, and we removed that one. Alright, so the next step is you are going to flip this over, and towards this back panel here where your power cable and AV jacks are, you've got 2 rubber feet right here. These rubber feet are going to be removed. This is where you need your small flat head because you're going to need to pry these off. Or a small razor blade or something like that would work too. And there are screws underneath here. So we're going to go ahead and pop those off and get those screws out. And just for reference, when you do get these feet removed, the screw that is on the inside is a tri-wing. I don't know if you can see that, but on both sides you got tri-wing screws. Alright, let's get them removed. Okay, once you've got those 2 screws removed, you're going to then want to swing your Wii around to where you see the other 2 rubber boots. And next to the rubber boots, you've got these little white stickers right here. There's one right there, and there's one up here at the top. We're going to remove these to get to the screws underneath. Okay, once you have those stickers removed, these screws are also tri-wing. You can see it there. Alright, we're going to go ahead and remove those. Alright, once you have those removed, you can see that one removed there. Sorry for the camera shake. And up here at the top, you can see that one's removed as well. Then we're going to flip it around on the bottom to where you see the serial number. And we've got this screw here that's going to be removed. And then there's also a white sticker right here. We're going to pry that off and get to that screw underneath there. Alright, so this one is a small Phillips head. And then let's get to this one under here. Can't remember off the top of my head. Alright, and that one is a tri-wing. Alright, so we'll go ahead and remove that tri-wing, go ahead and remove that Phillips head, and on to the next step. Okay, I have gone ahead and removed the tri-wing. I've gone ahead and loosened up this screw. Now when you loosen up that screw, this whole piece slides out. And what that is a backup power battery. Alright, so we'll put that off to the side. And then we've got another screw. And that is another tri-wing. So we'll go ahead and get that removed. Okay, the next step after removing the tri-wing here, removing the battery panel, and then removing that tri-wing is prying this foot pad off right here. And there's one more screw under there that we need to take out, and then we should be able to take this apart. Alright, so let's grab that flathead, and we have got a Phillips head. Alright, so let's go ahead and get that removed, and on to the next step. Alright, so after removing that foot pad and removing that screw, that Phillips head screw, we can now take the faceplate off of the Wii. Now when you do this, be careful. Don't go ahead and just yank it off, because it is attached by a wire. So right here, you can see where it's attached right here. You can take your flathead and pry that rod out. So let's go ahead and do that. There it goes. Alright. So you can see where it was connected right there. Sorry for the camera shake. Come on, get in focus. Alright. You can see where it was connected right there. And that is the piece that pops in there. So it's snapped in there. You can basically just pop this rod out. That takes the faceplate off. Alright, once the faceplate is off, now you can just disassemble the entire housing here. And so we'll flip it over. Let me adjust this camera. Alright, got it in focus. And now this should just come apart. There it goes. Alright, so now we got the top of that housing. And there is our DVD drive. Alright, in order to get to the laser, you need to take this metal casing off right here. Now, the metal casing is held on with Phillips head screws here in the corner, then one over here in this corner, then we got one right there, one up here, and one all the way up here. There's not one holding this corner down. This corner just pretty much snaps in. Now if you need to remove the entire DVD drive, if you're going to replace your entire drive, then your entire drive is held on with this screw right here, as well as the one up here. And then you've got another Phillips head down in that hole and another one down in that hole, and that'll remove your entire drive. But we're not going to be removing the entire drive. We just want to take a look at the laser. So we will go ahead and get these screws out. Alright, we got those out. Now we should be able to gently lift this metal casing up. Now, be careful because this wire right here is connected. So you're going to want to lay it down flat like this. Be gentle with it. Alright, so right there in the middle is your laser. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a cotton swab with some alcohol and wipe that lens off. It may have just had built up dust on it, or it may need replacing altogether. Now if it needs replacing altogether, then we're going to have to extensively take this drive apart, but we'll do that in another video. And there is a soldering point, an anti-static soldering point that needs to be desoldered in order to remove this laser, which means I need to go out and get a soldering iron, because for the life of me I cannot find my old one that I had out in my shed. I can't find it. I've been looking for it for about a week now, off and on, going in there, looking in different places, and I cannot find it. Okay, so I'll have to go by the hardware store, get a new soldering iron, and show you how to remove that laser. Like I said, they're about $5 on eBay. So they're not very expensive, and usually when you have disk read error problems, 99% of the time it can be fixed by just replacing the laser. If your disk comes in and out of the drive and you're not having any drive issues, then you don't need to replace the entire drive. Replacing the entire drive can cost you anywhere from $15 to $25, just depending on what model Wii you have and what model drive you have. Because there were several different models of the Wii, you're going to have several different models of your drive. Alright, so we'll go ahead and get a cotton swab and clean that laser off, and get the housing put back on it. And while it's disassembled, we'll go ahead and hook it up to the power source and see if it will work then. If not, time to replace that laser. Alright, so I've got 91% isopropyl alcohol, which is what I recommend when cleaning any of these devices. And we're just going to dip the cotton swab down into it and then roll it around the inside of that opening and try to squeeze out as much of that alcohol as we can. We don't want it sopping wet. Alright, and now that we've got it damp, we're just going to lightly brush that laser lens right there. Alright, and now let's wave it dry and reassemble. Like I said, I'm only going to just put this housing back on, and then we'll test it while it's still open. Alright. Okay, so we got the housing put back on. Let's take it back to the TV, plug it back up, throw a disc in, and see if that fixed the problem. Okay, so we got Silent Hill again, and we got everything plugged in. You can see the power light there is on. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn it on with the remote. And we'll go ahead and slide Silent Hill in. See, the drive's working fine. Hear that clicking? You could actually see that red light in there blinking. I don't know if you could see that red light, but that red light is blinking like right down in there. That's that laser firing off, but it's not able to read anything. So it doesn't look like it's going to work. But then again, I don't have my TV on. So let's turn it on. And it's probably going to say disk read error. Well, all right. Okay, so yep, unable to read the disc. Okay, so it is a laser issue, which means I was not able to fix it tonight. But that's alright. I'll get on eBay, we'll order a laser, we'll see if we can't fix this. Or I may just say, you know what? screw it and return it back to where I got it from and get all my money back and just not even have to deal with it. So, in the comments below, let me know if you want me to go ahead and order the laser and show you how to fix this, or just say screw it and get my money back. So let me know. Tell me what you think. If you'd like to see that video replacing the laser, go ahead and let me know down in the comments below. And if I should just go ahead and return it and not even deal with it, let me know that too. Okay folks, so there you have it. I wasn't able to get the Wii fixed, but if you think I should go ahead and order that laser, let me know in the comments below. I've only got 48 hours to take it back and get my money back. I've got links down in the description for my eBay, my Facebook, my Instagram, my Twitter, all that good stuff. If you need to reach me personally, hit me up on Facebook or Instagram. If you've enjoyed the content, go ahead and leave me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, I don't know what you're waiting on. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And while you're at it, hit the little bell icon next to it. When you do, you're going to get a notification every single time I upload new content. Alright folks, I hope you have a great day. I know I have. I'm Tatted Collector, and have a good one.